Good evening. I'm your host, and this is the news, or, as Westminster now calls it, a rapidly escalating group project with no adult supervision. Tonight, Labour is being mugged on one side by Reform, on the other by the Greens, and in Wales the entire political map appears to have been redrawn by a man with a grudge and a highlighter. Let's begin with Labour, a party currently discovering that winning power is the easy bit. Keeping anyone happy afterwards? Slightly trickier. Keir Starmer has spent the past few days warning voters not to drift off to the Greens, saying that backing Labour's rivals could put new workers' rights at risk, which is a bold pitch, very statesmanlike, very prime ministerial, also very similar to a manager yelling, "Don't quit now, I was just about to improve conditions." Labour's argument is that it has actually delivered some real left-of-centre policy: day one sick pay, day one parental leave, and the end of the two-child benefit cap. So yes, there is substance there. The problem is political presentation. Labour keeps unveiling genuinely significant reforms with the emotional energy of a man reading out the terms and conditions on a washing machine. And the Greens, naturally, have spotted weakness. Zach Polanski has been charming trade union audiences, getting warm receptions from teachers, and pitching the Greens as the people who still sound like the left used to before it hired media training and lost all facial expression. It is not ideal for Labour when teachers are applauding the other bloke like he's just promised to put Ofsted in a trebuchet. Meanwhile, over in the ever-serene world of immigration policy, Labour is also having a family disagreement. The government's proposals to make many migrants wait 10 years instead of 5 for indefinite leave to remain have gone down badly with parts of its own side, with ministers and backbenchers reportedly trying to water them down. So the message from Labour appears to be, we are united in government, apart from the government bits we don't agree with. This is classic modern British politics. Every party is trying to look tough, compassionate, responsible, radical and electable all at once, which is how you end up sounding like a hostage video written by 6 committees. Now to Wales, where things are somehow even more cheerful. The Senedd election takes place on the 7th of May, and this one comes with a shiny new setup. 96 members instead of 60, 16 constituencies, and 1 vote per voter under the new system. Because, well, when the public says it wants politics to be simpler, the natural response is obviously to redesign the whole mechanism just before a volatile election. Plaid Cymru is talking like this is the big historic opening. Labour is trying to present itself as the grown-up option. Reform is hovering around the Welsh campaign like a wasp in a conservatory. And recent campaign reporting has suggested a pretty grim message for Welsh Labour. Some polling has Plaid first, Reform second, and Labour down in third. After decades of dominance, that's less minor wobble, and more check whether the furniture is nailed down. Plaid's Run Ap Your Worth has described it as a straight choice between Plaid and Reform, which is a remarkable sentence in itself. Welsh politics used to be treated by parts of the UK media like a side salad. Technically there, rarely examined. Now, it's one of the most interesting contests in the country, which means London journalists are about to discover devolution all over again with the panic of tourists who've just realised the road signs are bilingual. And Welsh Labour, Eluned Morgan, has been pushing stability, fairer funding and stronger powers for Wales, which is sensible enough. But after years in charge, asking voters for another go on the basis that things would be worse if someone else messed it up is not exactly the stuff of Churchill. It's more, please remain seated while we continue the managed decline with dignity. So where does that leave us tonight? Labour says it alone can protect working people, while a chunk of working people appear to be wandering off to the Greens. The Greens are acting like they've found Labour's conscience in a charity shop. Reform is shouting at everything that moves. Plaid thinks history is calling. And Wales, for once, may end up being one of the places that tells the rest of Britain where politics is heading. In summary, the left is split, the right is loud, the centre is sweating, and the public is being asked once again to choose between disappointment, alarm, and administrative competence. That's all for now. Join us next time when British politics will almost certainly become even more absurd, which, to be fair, is the one manifesto pledge it never fails to keep.